Do you care about age? Do you think about, like, oh, I'm going to be 90? Does that matter to you?
I don't think about it. I sometimes think.
Clint Eastwood is a name that has become synonymous with Hollywood history. A man whose career has spanned more than 6 decades and whose influence has reached countless actors, directors, and film enthusiasts across the world. From the earliest days of his career in the 1950s to his iconic roles in the 1960s and 1970s, Eastwood has become not just an actor, but a symbol of strength, determination, and authenticity in cinema. Many people first recognize him as the stoic, silent cowboy in Sergio Leone's Dollars trilogy, a role that established him as a global star and left audiences captivated by his understated style, his piercing gaze, and his ability to command attention with very few words. Following this, he became widely known for playing tough, no-nonsense characters such as Dirty Harry Callahan, a police detective who operated outside of conventional rules but always sought justice. What sets Eastwood apart is that he never simply played a role for entertainment. He embodied the characters he portrayed, bringing a raw, realistic, and often morally complex presence to the screen that audiences found both intriguing and unforgettable. Over time, Clint Eastwood not only became a household name, but also someone who represented a certain era of Hollywood, an era where films were grounded in storytelling, character development, and a sense of realism that many modern movies sometimes lack. Beyond his acting, Eastwood's transition into directing revealed yet another dimension of his talent, proving that he was not limited to portraying iconic characters, but was also capable of crafting entire narratives with depth, emotion, and a unique artistic vision. With movies such as Unforgiven, $1 Million Baby, Gran Torino, and American Sniper, Eastwood has consistently demonstrated his ability to balance commercial success with critical acclaim, blending action, drama, and human emotion in ways that resonate with audiences of all ages. His work has not only entertained but also provoked thought, exploring themes of morality, redemption, aging, and human condition, allowing viewers to reflect on the complexities of life through his lens. Even as Eastwood has grown older, continuing to work into his 90s, he has challenged traditional notions of aging in Hollywood, showing that creativity and influence are not confined by age. Recently, Clint Eastwood made an announcement that has sent waves across the entertainment industry. While the details of the news are still unfolding, it is clear that whatever this revelation entails, it marks a significant moment in his life and career, prompting fans, colleagues, and critics alike to reflect on his unparalleled contributions to film. This news has generated a mixture of curiosity, excitement, and concern among those who have followed his career, highlighting the emotional connection people have with an individual who has not only shaped cinema, but has also become a symbol of dedication, resilience, and artistic excellence. Whether this announcement indicates a change in his career, a step back from filmmaking, or a personal update, the reaction underscores the impact Clint Eastwood has had on Hollywood and the world at large. His career, his choices, and his legacy provide lessons not just for filmmakers, but also for anyone who seeks to pursue their craft with passion, integrity, and vision. Eastwood's influence goes beyond the films themselves. It extends into the culture of filmmaking, inspiring generations of directors, actors, and writers to prioritize authenticity, emotional depth, and a commitment to storytelling. This moment, where Eastwood publicly shares something personal or career-changing, is not just about news. It is a reminder of the rare presence he has maintained in Hollywood, a person who commands respect not through social media, marketing, or constant publicity, but through decades of work, consistency, and undeniable talent. As fans worldwide digest this news, many are reflecting on the milestones of his career, the characters that have become cultural icons, and the ways in which Clint Eastwood has forever changed the expectations of what movies can achieve. His longevity, versatility, and unwavering dedication to craft make him more than an actor or director. He is a living legend, a reference point for excellence in cinema, and an example of how talent, perseverance, and personal vision can create a lasting impact that resonates far beyond the screen. Clint Eastwood's influence in Hollywood extends far beyond the characters he has portrayed or the films he has directed. Over the years, he has become a symbol of resilience, creativity, and unwavering commitment to his craft, inspiring both audiences and fellow filmmakers alike. Many people admire him not only for his iconic roles, but also for the way he has consistently maintained authenticity and artistic integrity throughout his career. Unlike many actors who rely on publicity or personal drama to stay in the spotlight, Eastwood has chosen a more reserved path, letting his work speak for itself. This approach has created a mystique around his persona, one that has intrigued fans for decades and has allowed his art to take center stage. From a young age, Eastwood showed an innate ability to capture attention, whether it was through subtle gestures, expressions, or the sheer presence he commanded on screen. His performances in classic westerns introduced audiences to a new kind of hero, one who was not overtly glamorous or perfect, but deeply human, flawed, and relatable. These early roles established Eastwood as someone who could convey complex emotions and inner conflicts without the need for lengthy dialogue or flashy theatrics. As his career progressed, Eastwood continued to evolve, taking on roles that challenged conventional expectations and reflected the moral ambiguity and struggles of real life. Films like Dirty Harry pushed boundaries, portraying a law enforcement officer who operated outside of traditional norms but still sought justice, reflecting the complicated nature of morality in society. Beyond his performances, Eastwood's transition into directing marked a significant turning point in his career, allowing him to control the narrative, shape performances, and explore deeper themes in storytelling. His directorial efforts, including films such as Unforgiven and $1 Million Baby, earned him critical acclaim, highlighting his ability to handle difficult subject matter with sensitivity and depth. These films often explore complex human emotions, ethical dilemmas, and social issues, providing audiences with not just entertainment, but also meaningful reflections on life and humanity. Through his work as a director, Eastwood demonstrated a unique ability to balance commercial appeal with artistic vision, creating movies that were both widely popular and critically celebrated. This rare combination of talent, discipline, and vision has cemented his reputation as one of Hollywood's most respected figures, someone whose influence will continue long after he steps away from the industry. Eastwood has also challenged conventional ideas about aging in Hollywood. While many actors and directors gradually step back as they grow older, he has remained active, taking on both acting and directing projects well into his 90s. His continued work challenges the notion that age limits creativity or relevance, serving as an example to younger generations that passion and dedication can transcend the barriers of time. This commitment has inspired filmmakers of all ages to pursue their visions relentlessly, showing that experience, wisdom, and perspective only enhance creative output rather than diminish it. Recently, Clint Eastwood made a statement that has drawn global attention, although the details are still emerging. The announcement has left fans and colleagues alike speculating about what this could mean for the next chapter of his life and career. Is he stepping away from acting? Will he direct fewer films? Or is this a personal update about his life outside of Hollywood? Regardless of the specifics, the news has prompted people to reflect on the magnitude of his contributions to cinema and the lasting impression he has left on the industry. Eastwood's legacy is not only measured by box office success or awards, but also by the way he has influenced storytelling itself. His approach prioritizes character depth, moral complexity, and human experience, emphasizing stories that resonate on an emotional and intellectual level. In a time when Hollywood is often dominated by franchises, sequels, and spectacle, Eastwood's work serves as a reminder of the enduring power of personal, character-driven narratives. His films encourage audiences to think, feel, and reflect, rather than simply be entertained. Fans, critics, and fellow filmmakers have expressed their admiration for Eastwood's unwavering commitment to authenticity, often citing his influence as a guiding force in their own work. Directors like Quentin Tarantino and Christopher Nolan have openly acknowledged the inspiration they drew from his films, noting that his storytelling style, moral complexity, and dedication to craft set a standard that few others can match. The recent announcement, therefore, is not just about a single actor or director stepping back. It is a moment that prompts reflection on the broader implications for Hollywood and the creative voices that have shaped it. Eastwood's career embodies an era of filmmaking where thoughtfulness, realism, and character-driven stories were paramount, and the possibility of him stepping away signals a potential shift in the industry. For many, this moment is bittersweet, combining admiration for his enduring achievements with concern about what the future of film may look like without his continued presence. Clint Eastwood's career is remarkable not just for its longevity, but also for its diversity and adaptability, which have allowed him to remain relevant and influential for more than 60 years. Unlike many of his contemporaries, Eastwood never became typecast or stagnant, continually evolving his craft and exploring new facets of storytelling. While he gained fame for playing tough, stoic characters early in his career, he later revealed a surprising depth in roles that demanded emotional vulnerability, moral reflection, and psychological complexity. Films such as Unforgiven and Gran Torino showcase this transformation, presenting characters who struggle with their pasts, confront difficult ethical choices, and search for redemption in a world that is often unforgiving. These portrayals resonate because they reflect the nuanced realities of human experience, illustrating that even legendary figures are capable of flaws, mistakes, and introspection. Beyond his acting, Eastwood's work as a director has further cemented his reputation as a masterful storyteller. He has consistently demonstrated an ability to balance commercial appeal with profound thematic depth, creating films that entertain while also inviting audiences to engage with complex questions about life, morality, and human behavior. His approach to filmmaking emphasizes authenticity over spectacle, choosing real locations, minimal special effects, and naturalistic performances to immerse viewers fully in the story. In doing so, Eastwood has challenged modern filmmaking conventions that often prioritize visual grandeur over emotional resonance. Another distinctive feature of Eastwood's career is his willingness to tackle socially and culturally relevant topics that other filmmakers might avoid. Issues like war, violence, aging, personal loss, and moral ambiguity recur in his films, presented without oversimplification or judgment. By doing so, he encourages viewers to grapple with uncomfortable truths, fostering reflection on their own values and choices. This courage to address difficult subjects has earned him critical acclaim, multiple Academy Awards, and respect from peers who recognize his contributions to advancing cinematic art. Moreover, Eastwood has remained remarkably private despite his fame, choosing to let his work define his public persona rather than relying on interviews, social media, or gossip. This discretion has not only enhanced the mystique surrounding him, but has also allowed audiences to focus on his artistic output rather than his personal life. In the era of constant celebrity exposure, Eastwood's approach stands out as a testament to the value of prioritizing craft over publicity, demonstrating that a meaningful legacy can be built through dedication, consistency, and talent. The recent announcement that has captured global attention adds another layer to the story, raising questions about what the next chapter of his life and career will look like. While details remain limited, the fact that he chose to make a public statement at all underscores the importance of the moment. Fans, colleagues, and the film industry as a whole are left to consider how Eastwood's potential step back will affect Hollywood's creative landscape. Will he continue directing fewer projects, focus solely on personal endeavors, or begin a more deliberate process of retirement? These questions highlight the deep connection audiences have with Eastwood, reflecting admiration not only for his work, but also for the dedication and authenticity he has maintained throughout his life. Beyond the immediate implications for his career, this moment also encourages reflection on broader themes, such as the passage of time, legacy, and the ways in which a lifetime of creative achievement can shape an entire industry. Eastwood's influence extends to generations of filmmakers who have studied his techniques, admired his choices, and adopted elements of his style in their own work. Directors like Martin Scorsese, Steven Spielberg, and Francis Ford Coppola have noted the impact Eastwood's films have had on their own approaches to storytelling, particularly in portraying moral complexity and creating emotionally resonant characters. By blending realism with narrative artistry, Eastwood has helped define the parameters of modern cinema, showing that action, drama, and thematic depth can coexist to produce stories that remain meaningful long after the credits roll. The anticipation surrounding his announcement, therefore, is not simply about one man's career. It is about the potential transformation of a cinematic era shaped by his influence. Fans express admiration for his unwavering commitment to his craft, while critics and historians consider the larger consequences for Hollywood's future. Eastwood's body of work reminds viewers and aspiring filmmakers alike that longevity in any creative field requires not only talent, but also adaptability, courage, and an unflinching dedication to authenticity. Whether the announcement signifies a gradual step back, a temporary hiatus, or a complete departure from filmmaking, its impact is already evident in the conversations it has sparked and the widespread acknowledgement of his unparalleled contributions. Ultimately, Clint Eastwood's career exemplifies the intersection of artistry, discipline, and vision, offering lessons about how creativity, integrity, and passion can leave a lasting mark not only on profession, but also on culture itself. One of the most remarkable aspects of Clint Eastwood's career is his ability to continually reinvent himself while maintaining a consistent standard of quality and authenticity. Many actors and directors achieve fame for a single iconic role or film, but Eastwood's career has been defined by an enduring versatility that has allowed him to remain relevant across decades of cinematic change. From his earliest westerns to his gritty urban dramas, Eastwood has shown a remarkable ability to adapt to different genres while still imprinting each film with his distinctive style. In the 1960s and 1970s, he captivated audiences as a stoic and rugged hero, a man of few words but immense presence, commanding attention through subtle gestures and an unwavering sense of authority. His characters were often morally complex, embodying both strength and vulnerability, and reflecting the nuances of human nature in ways that were rare in mainstream cinema at the time. Later, Eastwood expanded his range into directing, a move that revealed an entirely new layer of his talent. As a director, he has consistently created films that balance entertainment with thought-provoking storytelling, exploring themes such as morality, justice, redemption, and the struggles of everyday life. Films like Unforgiven and $1 Million Baby not only garnered critical acclaim and multiple Academy Awards, but also provided audiences with deeply moving narratives that encourage reflection on human behavior, social values, and ethical dilemmas. What sets Eastwood apart as a filmmaker is his commitment to authenticity, both in character development and in the visual storytelling of his films. He often prefers natural lighting, real locations, and minimal special effects, allowing the story and performances to take center stage rather than relying on spectacle. This approach demonstrated dedication to the craft of filmmaking that prioritizes substance over style, something increasingly rare in modern cinema. Beyond the artistry, Eastwood's personal approach to aging has also had a profound impact on Hollywood. While many actors and directors step away from the spotlight as they grow older, Eastwood has continued to work actively into his 90s, demonstrating that creativity, vision, and influence do not diminish with age. His continued engagement serves as inspiration for younger filmmakers and artists, showing that experience, maturity, and wisdom can enhance one's work rather than limit it. The announcement he recently made, which has stirred global attention, adds a new layer of significance to his career. Although details are still emerging, this statement has prompted fans and industry professionals alike to consider what his potential step back from filmmaking might mean for Hollywood. Will he reduce his directorial output, retire completely, or focus on personal projects outside the public eye? Regardless of the outcome, the announcement has sparked reflection on his extraordinary contributions to cinema and the void his absence could create in the industry. Eastwood's influence is not limited to his own films. It extends to the broader filmmaking community. Directors like Quentin Tarantino, Christopher Nolan, Martin Scorsese, and others have cited him as a major influence, noting that his approach to character, narrative, and moral complexity has shaped their own work. Through his films, Eastwood has taught audiences and filmmakers alike that storytelling is about more than entertainment. It is about engaging with real human experiences, grappling with moral ambiguities, and exploring the consequences of choice and action. This emphasis on depth and authenticity is what distinguishes his work from the many formulaic films that dominate the box office today. His legacy also includes a profound cultural impact. Eastwood's characters, whether they are tough cowboys, uncompromising lawmen, or morally conflicted men seeking redemption, have become part of the cultural fabric, referenced, admired, and studied by generations of fans. The recent announcement thus resonates not only as a moment in one man's career, but as a turning point in how audiences, peers, and historians reflect on the changing landscape of cinema. It forces people to consider the broader implications of losing a creative force of Eastwood's caliber and influence. In many ways, this moment symbolizes the inevitable passage of time, reminding the world that even the most legendary figures must eventually confront change, reflection, and the question of legacy. Clint Eastwood's work serves as a benchmark for what it means to pursue art with dedication, integrity, and courage, and his influence will continue to shape filmmaking long after he steps back, leaving behind a model for future generations of storytellers to emulate and aspire to. Clint Eastwood's impact on Hollywood goes far beyond the films he has acted in or directed. It encompasses the very way audiences and filmmakers understand the art of storytelling. He has spent decades demonstrating that movies can be more than simple entertainment. They can be profound reflections on life, morality, and the human experience. From his early days in westerns to his later work as a director, Eastwood has consistently pushed the boundaries of cinematic expression, presenting characters and narratives that challenge viewers to think critically about the world around them. His films often explore themes of justice, redemption, personal struggle, and the complexities of human relationships, making them emotionally resonant and intellectually engaging. One of the most striking aspects of Eastwood's work is his dedication to realism. Whether it is the harsh landscapes of the American West or the nuanced dynamics of a small-town neighborhood, he strives to present environments and characters that feel authentic. This realism extends his approach to directing, where he often emphasizes natural lighting, practical locations, and performances that reflect true human behavior. In an era where special effects and spectacle often dominate, Eastwood's commitment to authenticity sets him apart, reminding audiences that the power of cinema lies not only in visual appeal, but in storytelling and emotional depth. Another hallmark of Eastwood's career is his willingness to embrace moral ambiguity. Unlike many films that portray characters as entirely good or evil, Eastwood's stories often depict protagonists who exist in shades of gray. These characters face difficult choices, navigate complex ethical dilemmas, and experience both triumphs and failures. By presenting flawed but relatable figures, Eastwood encourages viewers to reflect on their own values, actions, and judgments. This approach has not only elevated the quality of his films, but also influenced a generation of filmmakers who strive to tell more honest and layered stories. Beyond his artistry, Eastwood has had a profound cultural impact. He has become a symbol of resilience, determination, and longevity in Hollywood, proving that age does not diminish creativity or influence. His continued work into his 90s challenges societal expectations and demonstrates that passion, discipline, and dedication can sustain a career for decades. This has inspired younger actors and directors to pursue their craft with perseverance and integrity, showing that longevity in creative work is possible through consistent effort and a commitment to personal vision. The announcement he recently made has added a new layer of significance to his career, leaving fans and industry professionals contemplating what it might mean for the future of Hollywood. Although the specifics remain unclear, the announcement has generated widespread discussion, highlighting the emotional connection audiences have with Eastwood and his work. People are reflecting not only on the potential changes to his career, but also on the broader implications for the film industry if one of its most iconic figures steps back. Will Hollywood lose a voice that has consistently prioritized storytelling over spectacle, depth over formula, and authenticity over trend? Will the next generation of filmmakers continue to embrace the lessons Eastwood has imparted, or will the industry shift further toward commercialism and visual effects-driven narratives? These questions underscore the magnitude of Eastwood's influence and the potential impact of his announcement on the future of cinema. Furthermore, Eastwood's career exemplifies a balance between personal and professional life, something rare in the public eye. While he has kept much of his private life out of the spotlight, he has occasionally shared insights that reveal a thoughtful and reflective individual who values both his craft and his personal growth. His long career, filled with highs, challenges, and evolution, demonstrates how a life devoted to art can also be a life of discipline, reflection, and continuous improvement. Fans, critics, and fellow filmmakers alike recognize the lessons embedded in his work. That storytelling should be authentic, that characters should be complex and human, and that art should resonate emotionally while challenging the mind. Clint Eastwood's announcement has therefore become a moment not just for speculation, but for reflection, an opportunity to consider how a single individual's dedication, vision, and authenticity can leave a lasting mark on an entire industry and inspire generations of artists to follow in their footsteps. His legacy, built on decades of remarkable achievement, is a testament to the enduring power of cinema and the profound influence of one artist's commitment to excellence. Clint Eastwood's career has always been characterized by a remarkable combination of discipline, vision, and adaptability, qualities that have allowed him to remain a dominant force in Hollywood for over 6 decades. From the early days of his career when he played rugged, stoic characters in westerns, to his later work as a director exploring complex moral themes, Eastwood has consistently demonstrated a deep understanding of both human nature and cinematic storytelling. His characters often grapple with difficult decisions, ethical dilemmas, and the consequences of their actions, reflecting complexities of real life rather than offering simplistic, one-dimensional portrayals. This commitment to authenticity has set a high standard for actors and filmmakers alike, showing that compelling storytelling requires a balance between emotional truth and narrative craft. One of Eastwood's greatest strengths is his ability to seamlessly transition between acting and directing, a feat that few in Hollywood manage with equal success. As an actor, he has portrayed some of cinema's most iconic figures, from the enigmatic man with no name to the uncompromising Dirty Harry, captivating audiences with subtle gestures, expressions, and a commanding screen presence. As a director, he has created films that are celebrated not only for their artistic quality, but also for their emotional resonance and moral complexity. Movies like Unforgiven, Million Dollar Baby, and Gran Torino showcase his skill in crafting narratives that challenge audiences to consider the ethical and personal dimensions of his characters' choices, while also delivering stories that are engaging, suspenseful, and emotionally powerful. Beyond his technical skill, Eastwood's career has been notable for his approach to aging in Hollywood. Many actors and directors gradually step back from the spotlight as they grow older, yet Eastwood has continued to work actively well into his 90s, demonstrating that creativity, insight, and influence do not diminish with age. His example has inspired countless artists to pursue their craft with dedication, proving that experience and wisdom can enhance creative expression rather than hinder it. The announcement he recently made, which has garnered widespread attention, adds a new chapter to this extraordinary career, raising questions about what the future holds for both Eastwood and the film industry as a whole. While the specifics of the announcement are still emerging, its significance lies not only in the personal choices Eastwood may be making, but also in the reflection it prompts on the broader implications for Hollywood. If Eastwood steps back from filmmaking or reduces his workload, it will leave a noticeable gap in an industry that has long relied on his unique vision and storytelling style. Hollywood has evolved rapidly in recent decades, with commercial franchises and visually spectacular blockbusters dominating the landscape, yet Eastwood's work has always emphasized character, depth, and narrative authenticity. The potential absence of his creative voice underscores the challenge of maintaining these qualities in a changing cinematic environment. Eastwood's influence extends beyond his own films, shaping the careers and approaches of directors, writers, and actors across generations. Filmmakers like Quentin Tarantino, Christopher Nolan, and Martin Scorsese have openly acknowledged the inspiration they drew from Eastwood's storytelling style, particularly his ability to merge moral complexity, human emotion, and cinematic tension into compelling narratives. His work serves as a blueprint for how cinema can entertain while also provoking thought, challenging assumptions, and exploring the depth of the human condition. Beyond the technical and artistic aspects of his career, Eastwood's personal philosophy and approach to life have played a role in his enduring success. He is known for valuing discipline, focus, and creative independence, often making decisions that prioritize the integrity of his work over fleeting trends or public expectations.